This video is brought to you by none other than Hire Heroes, you guys. Hire Heroes is your one-stop shop when it comes to virtual staffing and making sure that you have qualified talent with your business. One thing that I love about Hire Heroes, you guys, is they've actually gone through the process already of vetting and making sure that your staff member is well trained to best fit your needs. Whether you need help with social media work, posting things on your accounts, responding to people that send messages to your social media accounts, whether you need help with data entry or a multitude of other things that they're qualified to do, Hire Heroes has got you covered. If you're having trouble finding quality talent and number two, affording to be able to run payroll for that talent, Hire Heroes has got you covered with an affordable alternative to have a virtual assistant working for your business. There's a link down in the description of this video to where you can learn more about getting your own VA through Hire Heroes. I certainly recommend it. They're what we use in our business for all of our virtual assistant needs, and you will want to make sure that you check them out today. Hey, what's up, guys? Christian Brindle here, and I am back with somebody doing big things in our space. And I'm back with somebody who is no stranger to this channel, somebody that we've had on in the past, somebody that is one of my favorite people in the insurance advertising and marketing space, Miss Shauna Thoresen with Social Media Waves, or I should say Social Waves Media, .com.
Hi.
And Shauna is a wealth of knowledge. Shauna is a Facebook ads guru. For lack of a better word, it is a very accurate word, though, to describe kind of her expertise. Shauna runs a program and that teaches agents in the ACA world and the Medicare world on how to run their ads better, how to basically go from any level of experience to whether you're brand new, starting off and kind of knowing where to go. Even if you're experienced, you can kind of come in and learn some tricks and some tips. Probably the best Facebook ads training that I have ever seen in the insurance space that's niched for insurance agents is Shauna's. And so, Shauna, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for that intro. You're right. The way that we actually met was you enrolled in my course before we had ever talked face to face, and you actually moved through it yourself, right?
Absolutely. I sure did. Yeah, I went through it. I ate it up. I buy courses all the time. I always tell people I'm such a big believer in online courses, online trainings. It's something that you can go through at your own pace. And I think it's one of the best, most effective ways to learn these days. Because when you sit, people always think they need to sit down face to face with somebody to learn something. Oftentimes, you probably wouldn't even know the right questions to ask, but they've laid everything out in a format of what you need to know in a certain topic. So I'm such a big believer, and I go through so many courses, and yours was, by far, I thought the most effective at teaching the Facebook ads game to agents, just in terms of just really doing it step by step. Everybody says, step by step, I'm going to teach you step by step, but then they leave like 2/3 of the steps out. And your
Yes.
training does not do that.
Well, thank you so much for that. And I'm very excited to share with everyone. I'm going to break down the exact system that I actually teach inside the course. We're going to talk about generating your own exclusive leads that schedule their own appointment for you. Now, as Christian said, yes, I am an expert in Facebook ads. I first started running them in 2015. And then in 2017, I launched my own digital marketing agency. And in that time, myself and my team, we've focused on one thing, and that's lead generation through paid social media advertising. I am an expert on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and LinkedIn. And I've worked across numerous different industries. And then just a few years ago, I met someone named Luis Moreno, and he had been an insurance agent since 1999. And he wanted me to help him generate leads on Facebook. And working together, we created this system that I'm going to share with you guys today. But as an insurance agent, you know that lead generation is the fuel to your business, and you never want to run out of fuel. So right now, what are your options to generate leads? Well, of course, there is networking. There is grassroots marketing. The problem with these is that they're very time intensive and the results are incredibly unpredictable. You've also got direct mail. You've got online lead vendors. I probably don't have to talk to you about the cons with these. Not only are they expensive, but the response is normally low. And on top of that, most of the time, they're not exclusive to you. Now, I just want you to imagine for a moment waking up and looking at your calendar being booked with individuals that are already interested in what you have to offer. And then you just have to swoop in like the superhero you are and help them be matched with the right plan. And that is the power behind social media advertising. You're able to target individuals that are already looking for your services. Now, as I mentioned, I'm an expert across multiple different social media platforms, but there is one that I believe is the absolute best for insurance agents, whether you're going to run paid advertising or you're just wanting to do organic post. And that is Meta, aka Facebook and Instagram. So in case you weren't aware, Facebook and Instagram merged together into one company, and they have branded themselves as Meta. And there are 5 reasons that I believe that taking advantage of Meta or Facebook and Instagram is the best for insurance agents. First, you can build out very professional looking business pages. You get robust tools to have a professional looking storefront without being tech savvy or needing a website. You get 2 platforms for the price of 1. You can post on Instagram and it automatically goes on Facebook. They have a very large and engaged audience. There are over 3 billion users on these platforms right now. They have incredibly advanced targeting, and their algorithm is incredibly advanced as well if you decide to start running paid advertising. And the best part is you do not need to be tech savvy when you know the right steps. Now, if you have ever considered running Facebook or Instagram ads, there's one thing that I think that you deserve to know, and that's a little bit about the history and how things have changed over the years. The biggest impact in my industry was the iOS 14 update, and that was in September of 2020. And in a nutshell, what it did is it completely changed how social media platforms were able to track and share the behaviors of their users when they were off the platform. So once you got off Facebook, they weren't able to know exactly what you were doing quite as accurately as they were before. This has completely changed the strategy that used to work and the strategy that now works when it comes to lead generation specifically. Now, the old strategy, it was a very layered strategy. You had to have a website. You had to have a pixel installed in your website. You had to have standard events, custom conversions. You had to run some traffic ads, A/B tests, blah, blah, blah. I could go on and on and on. It was a very complicated and layered strategy. Now, since things have changed, the social media platforms have stepped up their game, especially Meta. And the new strategy is much more straightforward. They want to keep the users on the platform. In other words, you don't need to have a website to have killer lead generation ads. They have an actual tool that is called lead generation ads that has consistently been improved upon. And now it is the best method to generate leads on the platform. So let me show you what that looks like. So on the back end of your Facebook ad account, you set up a campaign that tells the algorithm what you want. You're looking for leads, some audience targeting things, and then you actually create the ads that individuals will see. They see the ad, they click on it. It's going to open a form with their information, and then they're able to submit the form. So let me show you a little bit of what that looks like. So on the left is an example of an ACA ad, and on the right is an example of a Medicare lead ad. So the individual is going to take a look at that ad, and then if it interests them, they're going to click that Learn More button. They're going to see a little intro that lets them know what's going to happen. It's a free Medicare consult, or you could say no cost to you consult. It lets them know to click that next button, and you'll be able to set up a free consult. The next page, it is going to have their contact information, and you can ask for whatever fields you're looking for. For most insurance agents, I say that should be name, email, and phone number. They are going to see your privacy policy link, which is the one link that you need to be compliant with Meta. And I show you how to create one without a website in under 2 minutes. Last but not least, they see a thank you page. And that is what a lead generation ad is. And when you know how to apply the right strategies and steps, it's very realistic for you to get results that look like this. Now, this is a screenshot from multiple different campaigns in the back end of Facebook. And you can see in the middle, you can see how many leads the campaign generated. You can see how much they paid per lead. And over on the far right, you can see how much money was spent on that specific lead generation campaign. So you can see It can work if you have a little bit smaller budget or if you have a larger budget. Now, if you're sitting there and you're like, I want results like that. I want individuals that are already looking for what I have to offer, and I want to generate leads on Facebook. Then you have 3 options. First, you can learn on your own and stay up to date on Meta's algorithm changes. The fact is, the information of how to set up ads, it's out there. You can Google it, you can YouTube it. The problem is knowing which information is relevant to you as an insurance agent, and then on top of that, having to stay up to date when any changes happen. 2, you could hire an ads manager. You could hire someone like me to come in and fully manage your ads. Now, the retainer for an ads manager that has any level of relevant experience is about $2,000 to $3,000 per month. I can tell you right now, if you want my team to manage your ads, it's going to be $2,500 starting retainer, and then it increases based on what your ad spend is. Now, I've seen that income or that retainer amount does not make sense for most insurance agents. So you have option number 3. You can spend a little bit of time and money to learn from someone. I've seen that insurance agents are smart enough and more than capable of creating and fully managing their own lead generation campaigns. They just need a little bit of help and a step-by-step process. And that is why I created the course, Insurance Click to Close. Now, let me show you the exact system that is taught inside of this step-by-step course. So I show you how to set up the campaign, which essentially is the back end of your account. We're going to take extra steps to make sure that you're hack-proof, all your security features are set up, and that we're doing things to teach the algorithm who to serve your ads to. I'm going to show you how to create a lead generation ad. And when the user clicks on the form and submits the form, on that thank you page, we're going to go ahead and prompt them to schedule an appointment with you. So what they're going to see after they see that, thanks, you're all set, we will have a little call to action button here asking them to schedule a free consult. While they're on the platform of Facebook, if they click on that, it's going to open up your scheduler. They can take a look at it. They can choose a time and go ahead and book with you right then and there. Now, if they do not go ahead and book an appointment with you, it's no big deal because a couple of really cool things happen. First, that individual drops into what's called the Meta Lead Center. This is a centralized spot that in under 2 minutes, you can hop on Facebook and download all of your leads and their contact information. But this is where the course, we take it one step further. So as I mentioned, I first started working in the insurance space with Luis Moreno, and his primary lines of business are ACA and Medicare. Luis teaches you how to connect the form to his preferred CRM, that is Agent CRM, and then he shares with you the exact automations that he uses following up instantly whenever a new lead comes into the system. Now, just to share with you, he does give you his different workflows and emails that he sends out. They're all customizable, but just to get a little inside glimpse, in the ACA space, he gives you these 2 workflows, from prompting them to schedule an appointment to plugging in their own information. Then in the Medicare space, he takes you all the way from warming them up to schedule the appointment to what path that they choose afterwards. Now, here's the deal. All of these templates are all customizable. The CRM part of the course is fully optional. If you decide to utilize the CRM that Luis uses, which is Agent CRM, then you will get all of his workflows automatically imported into your account. So you just have to change and insert your name and your business information. If you don't choose to use Agent CRM, you still get a copy of what his workflow is, and you can use that and copy and paste the templates in your own CRM. Or you could decide, I don't want to deal with the CRM, Shauna. I just want to go straight to part 2 and learn about Facebook ads. And you can just go in and download all of your leads at the Meta Lead Center. All right, so let's talk about a few things that are inside the course. I'm not going to go in a lot of detail because Christian's going to have a link to share with you that really dives deep. This course truly does teach you how to be self-sufficient. This is not some sort of course that just walks you through without empowering you with the why or teaching you the knowledge to be able to make decisions. So my very favorite part of this course is that I have included insurance-specific strategies. So first you move through the course focusing on one line of business, and then I have an entire section called Advanced Marketing Strategies. And here I lay out all sorts of different options that you can utilize based on your line of business. Do you want to target Medicare in one state? Well, I'll show you how. Medicare in multiple states? I'll show you how. Maybe you want to utilize a T65 strategy and really get in front of people that are turning 65 in 4 months. I'll show you how. Maybe you want to target based on a zip code, an income, a birth date, and so forth. I have all of that broken down so that way you can set up your ads in the most cost-effective manner, whether it's one line of business or it's multiple lines of business. And right now, what we have going on that's very special is we are having a limited time offer that does expire on August 31st. If you decide to enroll before then, we are going to include some additional bonuses that are valued at over $2,000. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail of the 4 bonuses because you'll have that on the information page, but I do want to point out my absolute favorite bonus. And this is how to get 5,000 plus page likes with less than $100 ad spend in less than 1 week. And that's literally what this bonus mini course teaches you how to do. We live in a world where social proof is very meaningful. And when you're running ads, people are going to click over to your Facebook page to check you out. And when a user sees that you have a following, it instantly validates that you are someone that they can trust and interact with. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is Luis's page before we ran this likes campaign. He had 620 people. He had spent years working on this page. It is very hard to get a following on Facebook. Organic reach is down. So he was doing a pretty good job at 620 people. After we ran this likes campaign, his page blew up to having over 8,000 likes. And this is a screenshot from the exact ad that we ran, the campaign. You can see how many likes we generated. We spent just a little over $100. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I'm always totally honest with you. The likes that we're generating are not your ideal clients. These are not people that are going to convert and purchase a policy from you. No, I would rather you be spending your money on generating leads that are in that audience space. But this does allow you to run a compliant ad that will blow your page up. And for most agents, it makes sense to spend $50, $75, or maybe even $100 to get that instant social proof on their business page. All right, so let's look at the breakdown of the course briefly. We've got the course value. We've got the bonuses value. So that puts this course valued at over $12,000. Now you might be saying, Shauna, come on. The value is not there, right? It actually is whenever you consider the alternative option that you have of booking someone to run your Facebook ads. You might could find someone on Upwork for $500 to run your Facebook ads a month. I would not trust them. They don't have the experience. So you're looking at least $1,500 a month to have someone create and manage your Facebook ads. The investment of this course is $1,497. So that's less than the price to hire someone for 1 month. But right now, during this live promotion that we have going on, we want to give you a $500 voucher. That means that right now, for a limited time until August 31st, your investment is only $997. And you will get lifetime access to this course. So you can move through it all now. You can wait. That lifetime access includes any and all updates. On top of that, this is also tax deductible because it is a business course. Now, whenever I say that the deadline is Thursday, August 31st at 11:59 p.m., I mean it. Right after the clock hits midnight, the page will redirect to the regular investment price. So if you want it, now is the time for you to secure it. And if you're the type of person that's like, Shauna, I need help. I need someone to hold my hand. I want to be able to ask questions. This is completely optional, but I just like to share. I do have what's called the Inner Circle, and it is a membership group that you get to join and you get hands-on support from myself and my team. The way that we give you that support is we have a private Facebook group. You can ask a question at any time. You will always receive a response from myself or one of my team members. We have 3 live coaching meetings every single month. You can hop in, ask questions, and we'll look at your account. We'll work on your account, make optimizations with you. And then one of those meetings every month is an advanced agent workshop. So it's always hosted by myself. We dive deep into an advanced marketing strategy that is insurance strategy specific. And then last but not least, even if you're not super active in the group, I send out a monthly newsletter that keeps you fully up to date on everything that's going on with Meta. This membership, to get that hands-on support and have my team accessible to you basically on retainer, is $109 a month. But when you enroll with this special offer, the very next page, you will be invited for only $59 a month. You can join then, secure it, and be a part of the group. Again, that's optional, but I just like to share that for agents that want to have access to help where they can ask any question at any time. All right, so let's talk about what you need to do to take advantage of this offer. Christian's going to have the link attached to this video in the description ready for you to click on. When you click on that link, you're going to be taken to the information page. You will notice that there is a countdown timer on the page. Depending on when you click on it, the timer is going to say exactly how much time is left until this offer expires. You can scroll through the page, take a look at it, read what other agents have to say, look at real results. And if you decide that this is the course for you, you're going to click on that little Enroll Now button. It's going to take you to a secure checkout, and you will see that that $500 voucher is automatically applied. So you're able to check out at $997. And you will be able to jump in and start generating results that look like this. All right, so that pretty much concludes everything that is inside the course. I've got a couple of little testimonies that I'll let flash up. But Christian, what questions do you think that your community would have about this?
Yeah, absolutely. And, Shauna, I really appreciate you sharing your knowledge with the audience. Again, just to kind of reiterate, guys, I've gone through a lot of Facebook and social media advertising courses for the insurance business. I think this one is definitely, there's several really good ones. I think this one is probably the best one from the standpoint that I think anybody could go through it and they wouldn't get lost. You're going to be able to follow along. And it's just a very, 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 very easy to implement strategy because of the way that Shauna lays it out, and gives it to you step by step. A question that I think, that we seem to hear a lot when it comes to agents running their own ads is, you touched on this a little bit about agents paying a service to run it for them. One thing I wanted to kind of get your feedback on, a lot of services I've seen that maybe charge a little bit of a lower fee. Maybe they charge $500 a month of like a management fee, or $1,000 a month as a management fee. What a lot of people don't realize, and my question really is, if you've seen this as well, and if any feedback that you have, but what a lot of agents don't realize is when you're running your own ads, you control the messaging that's being seen. You control everything about what the client is actually seeing, right? You have all full control. When you're paying somebody to run it for you, a lot of these big firms, they are using the same ad copy. They're using the same images. They're essentially running the same ads with a multitude of their other clients, which by in turn waters down your results. It makes it less special. It makes it less unique to you. It's probably not branded for you. It's generic. So I think as much of anything, a big power play that you have been learning how to run your own ads is, yes, you save the money, and that's of course obvious, right? That's obviously super valuable, but you also have control over what is being shown as the messaging for your organization. And that has a lot to do with how well the leads convert.
Absolutely. So 2 points on that. Yes, absolutely. I actually show you inside the course how you can go in and spy on all of your other competitors. You can look up all of the active ads, whether you want to use the term Medicare or health insurance, or you want to look at a page specific. I always mention in the course too, just because someone's running an ad doesn't mean that it's successful. You can look through, and there's a lot of the same, especially, I guess in all of the spaces, there's a format of an ad that is the most utilized copy and image format. So you do get to have complete control. And I teach you how to stand out and really showcase what you are giving to someone. You're not just some generic person sitting on another end of the line that's going to call and give a generic quote. You are going to personally help them and start building that relationship of customer retention from the very beginning. Secondly, I teach you how to fully manage your ads. And what I mean by that is on the back end of the ads manager, you have access to 350, I believe is the number, different metrics. That's a lot. I teach you how to condense it down to about 14 different metrics. And then the like 5 metrics that really mean something to you as an insurance agent that is trying to generate leads. And I break it down where you can see, oh, this number is high. That means that my audience is just more expensive right now. Here are my options to choose a less expensive audience. This number is not where I need it to be. That means I need to switch out my ad creative. This number is not where it needs to be. That means that I need to change up what my form intake is. And you'll be able to dissect and figure out exactly what part of your ad you need to optimize in order to continue bringing that cost per lead down. That to me is a really fun part of the course because I love being able to actually teach someone the skill set to be fully self-sufficient at fully being in control of generating their own leads.
Yeah, 100%. Another question I have for you is, what would you say to somebody who might be watching this and they say, well, that sounds all good, Shauna, but I'm not very tech savvy. What would you say to that? I'm sure you get that all the time from agents in the space.
Yeah.
What would you say to somebody that's not quote unquote tech savvy when it comes to a program like this?
I would say you are absolutely not alone. That is probably the most commonly asked question that I get. And a lot of agents that come in don't even know how to purchase a domain in order to build their own website. It's very common. I've structured this course for those that are not very tech savvy. I walk you through step by step each and every portion. I not only provide a walkthrough video, I provide additional notes, I have downloads, I have guides that I've added to it. And then on the other end, if you've been running ads, I promise I'm going to share knowledge in this course that you've never heard before. I like to say I don't have a lot of extra fluff in the course. It is all insurance specific. But I also don't take any shortcuts because I'm committed to empowering someone to actually develop the skill set long term. This isn't, let's just get through open enrollment this year. Let's just like slap it out there and see what happens. This is, I want you to take control, and each and every year that you're generating leads, it gets less and less and less, and even highly more targeted, and your messaging hones in, and you have long customer retention. So this is a long-term game, no fluff, but also no shortcuts.
I love it. I love it. I want to be respectful of your time. So I have one more question for you. And that is, if you took an agent, let's say that went into AEP that was running a very well-ran and effective social media marketing strategy such as this versus somebody that did everything the traditional route. You touched on this a little bit, but I kind of had a piggyback question on it versus somebody that did things the traditional route. You know, maybe they're doing direct mail, maybe they're doing grassroots marketing, they're sitting at flea markets, that kind of thing. What do you feel like the difference is in terms of the potential of what agent A could do versus what agent B could do? And I have my own answer, but I'd love to kind of hear yours and kind of see what your thoughts on that would be. What, like, how much more potential does agent A have during open enrollment or AEP?
I feel like I don't think that you should ever fully eliminate any type of lead source that's working for you. So I'm not going to make a false promise and say you'll never, ever, ever have to do any type of networking or grassroots marketing ever again. But the benefit of being able to be on social media gives you the ability to target individuals that are already looking for what you have to offer. They have already done some sort of behavior that has said that they're interested in health insurance. 2, when they see your message, the messaging on the ad that I teach is incredibly vital. I like to share, after I spoke at one conference, I had a Medicare agent that said, I want you to do an ad audit on my account. He's like, I've had ads running for a long time. It's for Medicare. I want you to do an audit. I was like, okay, tell me a little bit about it. He was getting leads for like $3.50, something like that. And I was like, okay, I don't think I can bring your cost per lead down. $3.50 is pretty ridiculous for a Medicare lead. He kept pushing. He paid me. We got on the call. And when I got into the account, all the numbers looked real fancy, but when I got into the messaging was all about qualifying for free different things from the government that they have to offer. The messaging was not focused on, I can help you find the absolute best Medicare plan that is the least out of pocket cost, that is the absolute best for you with the most coverage. When you work with me, you're no longer alone. I remove the confusion. I can take care of the entire process for you, and really letting someone lead them down the path of actually enrolling in a Medicare plan. So while the target audience was 65 plus, his messaging was bringing in people that had zero interest in switching plans for Medicare or looking for a Medicare plan. So it gives you the complete control over that. And then my favorite part about running social media advertising is you get to wake up, be in your pajamas, get your cup of coffee, and go check out your leads, make changes that are making big impacts to your business, all from the comfort of your home, and only spending like maybe 15 minutes every other week making those optimizations.
I love it. I love it. Shauna, thank you so much for your time here today. I wanted to kind of close this out, you guys, by just kind of getting you guys to think about something for a second. For the level of value and everything that Shauna's giving, for the price point that she's giving it at, at $1,000 essentially price point. Imagine if this course helped you sell only, which obviously there's no reason why it would only be this amount of extra business. But if this course helped you sell, let's say, 2 more new to Medicare Advantage business pieces a year, you're in the green, right? If this course helped you get 3 to 5 new ACA members a year, you're well within the green, right? Like, so you look at the level of investment, it doesn't take much for you to get a return on your investment. And there's no reason why you couldn't have a significantly higher return of the investment. I'm just kind of thinking about the bare minimum that it would have to help you obtain new business on to see an ROI on the investment. That's kind of something to kind of think about, something to look at. Like, the value is insane. And, I would say if you go through the program, you act on kind of what you're learning, you put it into action, there's no reason why you couldn't have a lot more than that. But just something I wanted to kind of throw out there and mention in terms of like, it's such a ridiculous value proposition that Shauna's proposing. So I highly recommend it. I endorse it. I'm a member in the course, and I suggest you guys consider it if you want to do better with your Facebook ads. And as Shauna said earlier, we're throwing the link down in the description of this video. So check it out. You have a deadline, goes until August 31st to get in on the sale. So take advantage.
All right, Christian, thank you so much for having me. And I absolutely love sharing this stuff with you guys. And I look forward to seeing you guys inside the course.
Thank you so much, Shauna. Again, I appreciate everything that you do. Guys, if you like this video, do us a favor. Like the video, helps with the YouTube algorithm. It helps more agents like you who need to hear this information find it easier. Comment your thoughts down below. Subscribe for future content, and we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.